Hi everyone, Sebastian here. So today I want to talk about the new Magic 10. And you're like, what? Yeah, some of you are probably still on Magic 5. Okay, so wake up, okay? So the Magic 5 keys, that was a long time ago. Okay, I'd say about 3 years ago, we went from the Magic 5 to the Magic 8, and now we are the Magic 10. And this is, again, a quick reminder that Lagree is a live method. Lagree is evolving with the technology that we're developing. So what are the new 2 keys? Okay, so the first key is the ramp. And you're like, the ramp? The ramp has been around for almost 14 years. I started to work with this accessory in 2011. We launched it and then we stopped production. We launched it again, stopped production, and launched it again and stopped production because we had a series of problems. But now we worked everything out. Okay, we have a new engineering company and the electronics are fantastic. So I'm very happy about this. So next year, everyone is going to be able to buy the ramp for the Megaformer. The ramp will not be compatible with the M2 series, only the M3, M3S, M3K, M3X, Mega Pro, and also the new Evo Pro, which is coming out next year as well. The ramp is part of progressing the intensity because when you start to mess around with the tempo and the duration, you realize that you have your finite amount of time, right? You can't keep just adding more time to an exercise because you work with a finite time, right? Your class is 30 minutes or 45 minutes or 50 minutes, so you cannot indefinitely add more time to an exercise. At one point, you got to stop. So how else can you progress the intensity? Well, you can progress the intensity by either changing the resistance, or you can also progress the intensity by lifting the back of the machine. So now the ramp is a new key, and I'm very happy to now welcome it to the Magic 10. The other Magic key, and now I'm kind of a little ashamed that I didn't think about it myself. Heather pointed it out, that we should have effective cueing. And she's right. On all the machines, we have indicias. The indicias are the numbers, they're the letters, colors, lines on the pads, on the rails, everywhere kind of. And these indicias are actually not used enough by the teachers. These indicias are there to quickly put you in the right position. So let's say you go from a runner's lunge to a skating, right foot on 0, left foot on 2. You know exactly where to put your feet. So the cueing, the effective cueing kind of goes hand in hand with transition. So if a transition is an effective key or magic key, then effective cueing should also be a magic key. So now here is a new hierarchy for you because we are using that same hierarchy to progress the intensity. And I've already done 2 videos on progressive overloading, which is really the basis of Lagree. And I will do a 3rd video follow-up introducing these 2 keys and how these 2 keys are literally playing with the others. So here's a new hierarchy. First key is always form, right? I don't think that with all the evolution of the technology, the machine, the method, we'll ever find a magic key that's going to supersede or come before form. Form to me, right now, today, I can't think of anything more important than form. So form is at the top of the hierarchy. Then, of course, we have range of motion because range of motion is with form, right? Body element and range of motion. So these 2 first key, I don't think will ever get challenged by anything else that I do, okay? And that should also be for you guys, regardless of the fitness method that you're doing. Form and range of motion are paramount. You want effective form, effective range of motion so that you don't over wear and tear the joints, you don't cause more inflammation on the joints, you don't cause more impact on the joints, and so on. Then we go into the effective tempo and effective duration. These are the first 2 keys that I use in my progressive overloading because I feel that you can actually challenge the movement, you can challenge the intensity, you can progress the intensity by slowing down the exercise and also by adding a little bit more time. But like I said earlier, there is a limit on how much more time you can add per exercise because you work in a finite environment. Your class is 45 minutes, 50 minutes. You can't teach a 50-minute lunge, okay? It's not gonna happen. You're playing with the tempo and the duration. Then the key after that, I move resistance to number 5. And right after number 5 resistance, we have the ramp. And I'm looking at ramp and resistance again, like a buddy system, right? They kind of work hand in hand. Once you kind of are moving slow enough, and now let's say you do a lunge for, let's say, 3, 4, 5 minutes, don't do that lunge for 10 minutes, then start to change the intensity a little bit, change the resistance, or change the incline to make that exercise a little bit more challenging. So effective resistance is at 5, effective incline is at 6. And then the 3 other ones, they're more in the way that you teach a class. It's not so mechanical, not so part of how people are moving on the machine. It's more about the teacher's cueing. And the first one is effective cueing. This is what you need because we have effective transition. So effective cueing is going to come before effective transition because you need to cue people before you transition. So cueing is now taking spot number 7. And then spot number 8, we have effective transition. And then for the second to last spot, we're going to have effective sequencing because the sequence is also very important. But the sequence is not something you can change, right away. It's something you can change later. So sequencing for me comes at number 9. And of course, at number 10, we still have effective planes of motion. I have to look at my list over here because I can't remember all these keys now. So I'm going to mess up the order, okay? So sorry, I created a method, but I can't even remember 10 things, okay? Effective planes of motion is, to me, in relation to the Supra and the Ultra, because these machines are not retired. These machines have been put in the back burner because I needed the right engineering firm to develop this machine in a way that this machine will be reliable and robust and, of course, safe, effective, and efficient. But right now with electronics, okay, I want to make sure it's reliable and robust. When you guide those machines, I don't want anything to happen at your studio. So effective planes of motion right now is taking on the back burner. And I will talk more about effective planes of motion when the Supra and the Ultra are re-released. Actually, the Ultra was never released. So when the Ultra is released. Quick summary of the new hierarchy list. We have effective form alignment, effective range of motion, effective tempo, effective duration, effective resistance, effective incline, effective cueing, effective transition, effective sequencing, and the last one, effective planes of motion. So these are the new Magic 10. Please update your brain. If you have any questions about these keys, please let me know. I'm always here for you. My name is Sébastien Lagree. Thank you for watching.